You're gonna wanna grow out a mullet, put on a jacket, and go hunt down the bad guys after watching this episode of the Gear Guide. Well guys, if you're fans of the anime Ghost in the Shell, you're gonna know exactly what this is. This is Toga's pistol, the character from the anime. It's the Mateba 2007. So as science fiction-y as this looks, it's actually based on a real pistol made by a company called Mateba. And it's actually from Italy, and there are a couple different variations. This one's based on the M2006. There's really no M2007 out there, and the grandfather of all these was the Unica 6. Now, what makes them all unique are a couple things, and this is the real steel version. One is the barrel is here at the bottom. Now, what that does is it keeps your hand, your grip, closer to the line of the bore. So what that does is it reduces the felt muzzle flip and lets you get a little more accurate on your shots. The other thing, which is with the real one, unfortunately isn't with this one, is that was an auto revolver. Now what that means is, unlike a standard revolver where you pull the trigger and the hammer cocks back and then fires, or you do what I just did there, cock it back manually and fire each time, so double and single action, this actually uses the extra energy from firing the shells into cocking the hammer back each time. So it becomes a semi-automatic revolver, which was very unique. It's one of those super neat features that you're not going to find in any other pistol out there in the world, and making the real version of this extremely rare. But let's talk about this Airsoft one. So there are three versions of this pistol, and they all vary in price point just a little bit. One has a plastic grip here, and it comes with the pistol, and another version has the wooden grip like you see here, and it's just the pistol. And the third version, which is I'm looking at, also includes a holster. Now, it's not a leather holster, although it really looks like it is. In fact, it almost feels like it is with this basket weave kind of look to it, but it is a very good replica, even though it is synthetic. It's a little tight out of the box, but no worry, if you leave the pistol in the holster for just a couple days, it stretches out and fits perfectly. Now this holster is also left-handed setup, and you're gonna go, well great, why would I want a left-handed pistol when most of the population, no offense to you lefties out there, is right-handed? Well, in the anime, Toga actually wears it on the back, his lower back, and inverted, so he has it like this, so he can draw it with his right hand and present the pistol. So to be faithful to the anime, they did the holster in the same way. Of course, it has large belt loops. It can fit on just about any belt. They're about 1.5 inches or almost 1 3/4 inches in size, and a snap here to keep it in place. And then the final finishing touches, it even says Mateba M-2000 on the snap, and Toga impressed on there too. So they really went to every single detail to make this a faithful and unique kind of all little cool features to the anime. The pistol itself, the frame, and most of the parts, with the exception of the trigger and part of the cylinder section here and the hammer, is made of plastic, although you would never know that. I mean, the sights in the front and the back are metal, and they're adjustable for elevation and windage with a flathead screwdriver, and a little muzzle brake here is metal. Now, of course, the barrel inside is brass as well, but the rest of the frame, although it looks like metal and it feels like metal, is actually plastic, which I was really impressed. The grip itself is made of real wood in this version. Of course, you want to save a few bucks, you can get the plastic version, and just like the real one, you hit the little lever here on the side to open the cylinder, and the cylinder flips up. It actually doesn't flip out like you would find on a normal revolver. It actually flips up like on the Mateba Revolver. Inside, you're going to find Marushin's X-card or cartridge system, and then of course you can actually pull each cartridge out. You load each one with a single BB. You load them back in just like a real revolver, close it up, and you're good to go. You do have to gas it up in the bottom. It takes green gas or HFC 134, but I did notice the nozzle's a little deep and it's a little hard to get a good fill out of some of the green gas cans. Some of the newer green gas cans that are coming out here are going to have a little longer nozzles, or you might need an adapter. But I'll tell you this, because it is so long and this is real wood, there's a little screw right here. You can just back that screw out, take the whole grip off, and then fill it no problem. It's not that big of a deal because you can get actually quite a few shots out of a single grip fill because the reservoir fills up this entire grip, and with only 6 shots, you can probably go through about 18 or maybe even 24 shots before having to refill. Actions like I described earlier, you can either pull the trigger and it fires. It's a really stiff trigger pull, really kind of hard to pull back. Or if you want a fine trigger pull the hammer back and then fire away and you're good to go. You can also decock it if you want to put in a little bit more of a safe mode, but unfortunately there is no safety on this. Outside, you're going to find the Mateba trademarks on the side, and it's really smooth matte black finish. Like I said too, the wood is a good quality. It's nice. The finish is good. I'll tell you, overall, they did a really good job creating a replica of the anime and the real version of the Mateba. Taking this thing up to the chrono, you're gonna see what you normally see from a Japanese-made pistol because they obviously have lower FPS requirements and they're not really building these pistols for outside of that market. And of course, like I said, you can get about 24, 25, 27 shots before having to refill. So it is actually pretty efficient on gas, even though the lower FPS. Accuracy is also pretty good. I didn't have any trouble hitting targets, normal pistol engagement ranges, thanks to the hop-up. And that's one of the issues I saw before with the adjustable hop-up versus non-adjustable in some of the other Marushin pistols. Having the adjustable hop-up does let you fine-tune it in, and you're not stuck with just a single-weight BB, which is typically a 0.2 gram BB. So bottom line, if you guys are a collector, if you are an anime fan, especially a fan of Ghost in the Shell, and of course, this kind of looks like some of the pistols based on Trigun and some of the other animes out there, or if you guys watch the movie Gamer, they actually use a Mateba pistol in that as well. You guys really should pick up one of these. As for skirmishability, I really think this is a collector's piece. Because of the lower FPS, because of the shell loading and all that, it is super cool, but this isn't something that's gonna give you a lot of skirmishability out on the field. But for something, if you wanna go to, let's say, an anime convention, you're big into the cosplay, or you just want something cool to hang on the wall or put in a case, this is the pistol for you. So like I said, there are 3 different versions. They range from about $115-ish all the way up to about $195 US, and you can pick them all up on Red Wolf Airsoft's website. So guys, what do you think of this pistol? Or better yet, what do you think of collector's pistols like this that are based on anime, but they're also functional? Do you think this is something super neat and unique you guys would want to add to your collection? Or do you think it's just kind of an extra frilly thing that only serves just a few people in the market? Let me know in the comment section below. Well guys, that's it for this episode of the Gear Guide. I'll be back in the next episode where I review a stick figure pistol that shoots BBs at 700 feet per second.